Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seat belt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. Yet again, another trip around the whatever, and next thing you know, it's Wednesday again. Time flies when you're stressing out. It's like, is it Wednesday already? What day is it? I don't even know.
I know. It's like you blink, it's Monday, you blink, it's Wednesday, you blink, it's Saturday.
You blink, it's 2032.
I finally figured out why I think the years are going by so fast. It's manifestation. How many people keep skipping holidays to jump to Christmas, right? And like every year we're like, why does it feel like, years are going by so quick? As soon as summer ends, you're in October, okay?
Yep.
Then as soon as Halloween's done, it's February.
Yeah.
Everybody's jumping because they want to put up the Christmas lights, do all this, do all that. You guys are rushing. You guys are all manifesting and making the years go by too fast. Slow your roll. Enjoy each little holiday along the way. Enjoy the little moments. Life is not a race.
Yeah. There's certain things like if I'm really looking forward to something, it's like Monday and the event's Saturday. I'm like, God, I wish Saturday would get here. But most of the time I try not to think about it. But yeah, I'm guilty of.
But yeah, then it's something to look forward to. Like, ooh, I got something to look forward to. And then you can just be chill up until then. Because we're just, wishing our life away like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it feels like, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but I mean, does anybody feel like that? Like these years are going by like that.
I know. It's like you get to a certain age, myself, I'm going to be 58. And I'm like, man, how much longer do I have left? I never used to think about that. Now it's like, damn. And my brother's 14 years older than me. So it's like, God, he's getting old. It's like my friend Johnny that's in one of my bands. He just turned 75. So I'm not the oldest guy in the band anymore. But yeah, he's like, yeah, we need all the gigs we can because I don't know how much time I got left. I'm like, damn. Got to bring reality into play, huh?
Yeah. Exactly, Lori. Everybody's in a rush. It's not a destination. Enjoy the process.
Yeah.
The process.
It's like when you're little, you're like, I can't wait to be, 18, or I can't wait to be 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
eat those words real fast.
Get to be my age and you're like, oh shit, I'm not looking forward to my next birthday.
But knowing what you know now, would you go back to 13 again?
I was thinking about that yesterday. I don't know if I might.
And start over, like go back through it all. If you know everything you know now, would you go back and do it again?
Probably. I don't know. Probably. It's up in the air, but probably. Chances are, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably.
If you're going to, okay, say you're going to die at the same like amount of time, but you could live the rest of your life out, keep getting older, or going back to 13 and starting over, what would you do?
Huh. I don't know.
You would die when you get back to this age again, say.
I don't know. I have to ponder that one.
All right.
There's part of me that would. And then there's a part of me that would just say no. But if you knew for sure what happened after you died, that would throw a whole nother realm in there, Then you might be wanting to rush time. I don't know.
But in that case, then you have to fulfill your soul contract and you have to finish the rest of your life, because you have to keep learning and ascending to get to that part. Lots of little factors in there.
Yeah, I was sitting there, I just watched the whole second season of Skinwalker Ranch.
Ooh.
And it's pretty good. I don't know if any of y'all have seen it.
I haven't, but I want to very much so.
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's TV. So, the secret of Skinwalker Ranch. They still don't find the secret out at the end of season 2. Spoiler alert, I just blew it. But they're not going to. It's like,
what are they going to? Yeah.
Yeah. But they found some pretty crazy stuff. Some pretty crazy stuff happened. Pretty unexplainable stuff. But yeah, I don't know I forgot what I was going to say now. Damn it.
About a Skinwalker Ranch?
Yeah, I don't know. It was going to lead into something, but see, I'm getting old, and I'm just like, yeah.
A segue into an article.
I guess so.
Speaking of weird stuff.
Yeah, that works. Let's see. What do I have up here for the first weird news article? Okay, this is a strange one. I don't know. I got a few of these off Unexplained Mysteries. And this one, I got some UFO stuff here. I've been watching all these UFO documentaries, and I've been, going out and staring at the sky. And, doing the typical weird there. Well, not weird, but the stuff that many of my friends would think, damn, Rob's weird. Well, they're perfectly right. But it's not weird to me. Just weird to them.
Well, which friends are you talking about? Because I guarantee none of us would probably think it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I get so many different things, and
multifaceted.
Yeah, I got friends that are into the paranormal stuff that would absolutely not think it's weird. And then I got like some music friends, and they were like, yeah, he's the weird one of the group. But then some of my music friends are like, he's the weird one of the group, but weird shit happens around him. One of my guitar player in one of my bands, we were at the end of a gig one night, and we were standing out in the parking lot, and we're just standing out there bullshitting, just talking, nothing paranormal or anything. And I saw it, and my friend saw it. I saw it, and I'm used to it, so it didn't really, I didn't freak out or anything, but this weird big shadow thing just came up like over me for a second, and then it moved on. And my friend, I look at him and he's just like like a deer in the headlights. He's like, did you just see that? And I'm like, yep. He's like, holy crap, man. What is it with you? I'm like, yep. I got no explanation, but yeah, I saw that. That was pretty weird, wasn't it? He's like, no, that was freaky as hell, man. I don't know what that was. It's like, that would be your typical shadow person, I think.
That would be your textbook shadow person. Would you like to come home and sleep in my bed?
Yeah. He's just like, man. He still talks about it. Like every once in a while, it'll come up in conversation. But
That's awesome.
Share the screen. Speaking of weird shadow people, something like that creature caught on camera during a camping trip. There was a little video of this, but it was like a news clip. So I probably figured I shouldn't share it because, Facebook would get their panties in a wad and,
The eyes almost looked like it was following me for a second. I don't know if it was something on my phone.
Wow. A woman who had been camping in England last summer managed to capture this eerie photograph in the middle of the night. The unnerving images recently came to light thanks to YouTuber Mr. MBB333. You can look up the video on YouTube under username MBBB333. Mr. MB333.
Like a gargoyle crouched in the tree.
Yeah. He received an email from a man who had obtained the photograph from a partner of a family friend. Jeez, long chain of events there. According to the email, the woman had been sleeping in her tent during a camping trip on a site to Eldenbridge, Kent, back in the summer of 2020 when she was awakened by a strange noise. It was around 3 a.m. and still dark outside. No kidding. It was 3 a.m. So when she looked out, she was unable to see anything in the gloom. Grabbing her camera, she took a few pictures using the flash to illuminate her surroundings. When she checked the photographs, one of them seemed to show an unidentified creature perched in a tree next to her campsite. While it's difficult to make out exactly what this creature is, or even if it's a creature at all, the photograph is certainly creepy. You can check out the video on Mr. MBB333's page. Skip to around 1:45 to view the segment about the photograph. Could this be a real creature, a case of pareidolia, or simply a hoax? You decide.
The eyes actually look like they were reflective in the photo is what's trippy. Like, when you see an animal or something.
Yeah.
And there's like motion. Wait, how many eyes does that motherfucker have? So you have wings. Or it's like somebody in there, like with their knee like this.
Yeah, it's like they're crouched up in a tree, got arms out this way. At first, I was thinking, is it just maybe a big ass owl, or something?
But see the legs and the knee.
Yeah, like right here looks.
But that could be part of the tree.
Yep, it's pretty weird looking.
Or a nest.
I mean, I would say, if it's a real photograph. If it's not just, one of her camping friends out there, and they're like, hey, let's make a creepy picture in the woods. If it's real, it would freak me out. If I heard noise and I took a picture and I saw that on my camera, I would probably be breaking camp and leaving soon.
Why is like everything all blurry like that though? Like the motion, like was that made with like a couple filters put over the top? And
yeah.
I'm questioning why the tree and why it looks like blurred, the whole thing blurred.
Yeah, that that's the thing, with like today's day and age, everybody has a camera, they got an iPhone 11 Pro Max. It takes pretty damn good pictures, even in the dark. And it's like, why are all the pictures blurry? I mean, it's got to make you wonder.
But it's not even blurry. It's like a motion smear. Like,
yeah.
Almost like I could see if that thing was blurry. Or it reminds me of, I don't know, when I told you about the train incident when like I was crying for no reason. And like when he was taking the video of me, only my face was blurred out. Remember?
Yeah.
Like the ring, like that blur. Well, that's what that blur kind of looks like. Like that kind of weird what came out in my pictures, but I don't know why the trees and stuff, even if she took the camera and was like really fast, like it wouldn't be all like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, it does look like something's kind of like squatting up in a tree. Yeah. Wolfie says, "Did I see the rocket blast off tonight?" Nope, I missed it. I was at the Elks Club playing music earlier this evening.
I posted the link when it was live, but I didn't get to watch it.
Yeah, Rose says the person taking the picture was probably shaking. Yeah. You know,
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, shake.
it's like that Blair Witch, you know, you hear the noise outside your tent and it's like, do you stick your head out there and take a picture? You know, the woods are awesome, but yeah, they can be creepy as hell sometimes.
So was that in a random picture, or she saw it with her own eyes and then took a picture of it?
She said she just heard the noise and she started taking pictures with her flash on to kind of illuminate it, and then she looked at the pictures and saw that.
It'd be nice if we had the before and the afters too, though.
Yeah. Yep, they never show the before and the after.
Yeah. That's cool though. Interesting. Almost finished it, Lori. Okay, what do I got? I updated my app today.
The man who can summon UFOs.
Oh yeah, that one has just that little piece of video that doesn't have any words. And I have everything cropped, so I don't think, like, if you don't play the sound, I don't think we'd get dinged for anything on that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it does, because you hear him actually saying it.
Yeah, that'd be all right, I think.
Yeah. Okay, my stuff just loaded. Okay. So meet the man who claims he can summon UFOs. Robert Bingham can often be seen in Sycamore Grove Park in South Pasadena, California, looking at the skies. He insists he's not just looking out for UFOs, but he's summoning them telepathically. And that's all the article says.
I think Terry Lovelace is like this guy. Probably more so. I think he can summon them.
That's what I was thinking about.
Let's see here.
My name is Robert Bingham. And what I do is I'm a summoner. I bring in UFOs and I interact with the UFOs, and I interact with Bigfoot, I interact with ghosts, but mostly UFOs.
Be interesting to go meet this dude and see what happens.
Well, if you keep playing it, they did see a UFO or something.
There's more.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. No, I thought it stopped. Let me try this again. Come on, open up.
But they don't show what they're looking at, but something came.
That's what she said.
My name is Robert Bingham. And what I do is I'm a summoner. I bring in UFOs and I interact with the UFOs, and I interact with Bigfoot, I interact with ghosts, but mostly UFOs.
He's talking to
What I do is summoning techniques is I look into a blue sky, a blank sky blue, and I just concentrate on one little spot in that blue sky and concentrate, and I telepathically tell them to arrive, like I'm doing now.
Did you box moving target? No, I took an auto card. Oh, okay.
Okay, show us. They're here.
No, it's right there.
Oh yeah, there
Right
it is. There it is.
No, you don't see
See
it.
it?
Right
See it?
there. I had to take my
See
glasses
it?
off. Now
Oh,
I see it right there.
It's right there.
Right there, yeah.
If I got it, I say it. I don't hold back and say, oh, they're going to think I'm crazy. No, I don't. I say it. The government believes me. Believe me, they believe me. That's why they're coming out with that stuff now.
So I don't know what it is because they didn't show us.
Yeah. I think some people can do something like that though.
Like Ulrich was saying, he thinks, and I think it could be too, that he's actually summoning spirit orbs, not aliens.
Could be. Yeah. Like watching that Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, they're doing all kinds of experiments and stuff. And I think it was Azariana or something said earlier, it's kind of like that Oak Island, where they just keep going, but they never really get, the answer. But, like they said, and it's true, it's like the more they do, the more they experiment, the more stuff they do to try to find the answer, the more questions they have. And that's absolutely true. Because you get to a point, even with ghosts, paranormal, yeah, the more you get into it, the more questions you have, and it can get kind of overwhelmingly like, what am I doing? But yeah, like they're, the part in there where they were shooting rockets, they had these rockets they were shooting up with, payloads, different, meters and stuff, and they got some pretty interesting results. You see like all these weird spikes and stuff on this graph and everything, and there's something going on. And when they went up in a helicopter, the helicopters, I forget what the instrument is properly called, but basically it shows you, how far underneath you, the earth is, like when you're landing, it sounds a warning anything, less than 2,000 feet, and they're up,
like sonar or something, or like not sonar, but like, is it using radar or something?
Yeah, it's using some sort of scanning like that just shows you where the ground's at. So, especially like when you're landing, you can see, how high off the ground you are. And they were up several thousand feet up, over 3,000 feet in the air. And something was underneath them between 40 and 50 feet. And everywhere they went, it's like following them. So, and they couldn't see it, they had people on the ground with binoculars and they're like, we don't see anything, but the instruments were saying something's underneath you, and it's following you. It's pretty weird. But every time they shoot those rockets up, they end up seeing a UAP, a freaking UFO, whatever, I was talking last night. I'm like, the aliens, do they, we call them UFOs because we don't know what they are. What do they call them? Hey, Dad, I'm going to take the UFO out for a drive. Can I have the keys?
They're like, I'm going to take out the meter.
Yeah. Oh, so speaking of that,
it'll never be a WAP to me.
Yeah, I don't get it. Speaking of UFOs, and speaking of this one, I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand it. But NASA pushes the manned moon landing back to 2025 now. I don't know. Is it money? Is it contract with the aliens? What's the freaking reason now? Let's see. Does the article tell us anything of any importance? The space agency's ambitious plan to land humans on the moon within 3 years has been delayed yet again. Back in 2019, Vice President Mike Pence announced that the U.S. astronauts would walk on the lunar surface within a mere 5 years, through NASA's ongoing Artemis program. Since then, however, things haven't exactly gone to plan. Earlier this year, it was reported that the new space suits that would be worn by the astronauts during their trip to the moon would not be ready in time, making the 2024 deadline seem unlikely. Things went from bad to worse when a lack of funding, coupled with a legal dispute between NASA and SpaceX and Blue Origin, also delayed the completion date of the new lunar lander. As expected, therefore, NASA Administrator Bill Nelson has now confirmed that the mission to land astronauts on the lunar surface has been pushed back to 2025 at the earliest. Returning to the moon as quickly and safely as possible is an agency priority, he said. However, within recent lawsuit and other factors, the first human landing under Artemis is likely no earlier than 2025. The legal issues stem from NASA awarding contract to build the lunar lander to SpaceX, a decision that Blue Origin's Jeff Bezos highly contested because he argued that NASA had previously stipulated that a contract would be awarded to more than one bidder. The decision to award it solely to SpaceX ultimately came down to an unexpected funding shortfall. Not all is lost, however. The first uncrewed test mission of NASA's Orion spacecraft and Space Launch System SLS is still scheduled to take place sometime next year. We should also see a manned moon landing in the not too distant future. It will simply take a little longer than NASA had previously anticipated. Well,
I know one of the crafts, they're having a problem with leaky sewage, and they can't get the shit to stop leaking. And the toilets, and I don't know if it's the same ship or what, but the toilets are a problem. And they're saying, like, right now, astronauts are having to go up there and wear like depends and or special like stuff in their suits to crap in. And so I don't know if that has a reason to do with it. I know our space station's falling apart, but that's not the one that had the leaky sewage.
yeah.
It was one of the rockets.
You know, they sent people to the moon in the mid 60s.
Yeah.
And they can't get that shit figured out nowadays. Come on.
Poop and stuff and like the toilet issues have always been a problem for.
Yep.
They even had like a bounty, like a big award if somebody could figure out the toilet issue, like what to do with it.
Yep.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah, weird. I don't know. I still think there's some shenanigans going on the moon.
Oh, there's definitely probably shenanigans going on in the moon.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Speaking of pooping.
Well, a New York man bursts into flames after being tasered.
Wowzers.
Jason Jones had entered the village of Catskill Police Department last week and got into a confrontation with officers. Police told the paper that Jones, who was known to them for previous encounters, appeared intoxicated and officers used a taser to subdue him. I think they're afraid he's going to hurt himself, and that's what started it, Chief Dave Darlin said. There are still details that we're trying to develop. It was unclear when Jones poured the hand sanitizer over himself and whether officers witnessed him do it. Jones is an intensive... Did I skip something? Well, basically, he caught in the flames because of the hand sanitizer. Jones is in intensive care. People that know him say his condition is grave, and then they're looking at his toxicology. I just don't know.
Must have been some hella hand sanitizer. I don't know. I know it's not funny, but I just see like the cop. All right, keep moving. I'm going to tase you, and he keeps coming in and, and he shoots him, and poof, he bursts into flame.
Like, what made him even think to? I'm trying to find the actual article.
It's like, why would you douse yourself in hand sanitizer?
Yeah, like what made him even think? Like, what the heck?
And was it like, did he have like a gallon of it, or?
Yeah, how much do they keep up at the?
I mean, if you put hand sanitizer on, you wipe your hands, it pretty much evaporates within seconds, so it's like, was it hand sanitizer, or did he have a bottle of like 151 Everclear or something? Yeah, why did he do it? I don't know. That's the question.
Yeah, they did
But the cop that tased him, though, was like, well, holy hell, you don't see that every day.
Yeah, they completely cut out the best part. So I don't know, dude. I guess he squirted himself. They don't know if the cops saw him do it or not, and this raises a lot of questions.
Yeah. Was it really hand sanitizer? Did he put it on? Did they spray him?
Did they know he had it beforehand? Did they even know he'd catch into flames with it?
Yeah. Why did he do it? Huh. Questions. See, the more you look into it, the more questions you have.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of strange flying things, this one had a video, and I just snapped this out of the video. You can look at Hidden Underbelly 2.0 on YouTube, and it has the video, and it's a little bit clearer than this. This is kind of blurry, but it does kind of zoom in on it a little bit. And a couple in Scotland last week spotted something very unusual flying over the city skyline. When you hear the word UFO, see, I give them props because they said the freaking word UFO and not UAP. Old school, baby. It's easy to jump straight into the idea of a flying metallic disc or a bright orb of light in the sky. However, in reality, it can be any flying object that is, by definition, undefined. The recent example of a rather more unusual shape of a UFO comes courtesy of Lindsay Curry and her boyfriend, who live in Maryhill area of Glasgow, Scotland. Capturing the view from outside their apartment window, they managed to film a very strange object that was flying across the sky, going from the northwest of Glasgow towards the southwest. The object has no obvious means of propulsion, and it's a very odd shape. It almost looks like a figure. Some social media users have speculated that it could be someone flying a jetpack, while others maintain that its most likely explanation is that it's some sort of escaped balloon. I don't think it's a balloon. There's some who believe the footage represents evidence of alien visitors. Whatever the case, it's certainly an intriguing sighting. And yeah, this thing, it's a pretty crappy picture right here. Probably looks even worse on Facebook. But it was pretty weird. I mean, it looks, I wouldn't say humanoid. I mean, it has the shape of a human, but more in a robotic look. Looks like what's his name? Like the robot off of Danger, Will Robinson. Kind of looks like that. Pretty weird though. A lot of stuff seems to be happening over across the pond this week. This was from November 6th.
Oh, I just closed the app.
But yeah, lots of watching the Skinwalker Ranch thing, watching different UFO things. Hear George Knapp talk and George Norrie. Everybody's got opinions and all that, and everybody brings up the government. The government's going to tell us this. The government's supposed to tell us that. The government ain't going to tell us shit.
Government can suck
They already came out with their disclosure, and they basically, you got to give them a little credit because they basically said, yeah, there's stuff going on. We don't know what it is. They didn't say, it's UFOs, it's aliens, but at least they acknowledged it. But, like we've said, and like Jason says all the time, the disclosure is from the thousands of people that witness stuff almost on a daily basis nowadays.
They can eat a bag of dicks.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
Speaking of fire, was that the end of your article?
Yeah. Speaking of bag of dicks.
Speaking of bag of dicks, New York firefighters rescue a naked man stuck in a bathroom wall for several days.
Wow.
Firefighters in upstate New York on Friday rescued a naked man, who was stuck for several days inside the bathroom wall of a theater, fire officials said. The Syracuse Fire Department responded just after 7:30 a.m. to the Landmark Theater after employees heard someone banging on the wall and yelling for help. The adult male, who was not immediately identified, was believed to have entered the theater 2 or 3 days ago. It was not immediately clear how he was able to get behind the wall. The firefighters drilled a hole in the wall and used a fiber optic camera to find the man's exact location in the wall. The department said, "Can't they use a flare cam?" After determining the best way to extract the man, officials said firefighters carefully cut through several layers of drywall and structural clay tile to reach him. The 39-year-old man was not wearing any clothes when firefighters freed him. The man was taken to Upstate University Hospital for treatment. Kane said the man appeared uninjured and would likely be treated for dehydration. So, I don't know why he's naked again.
Well, yeah. Again, more questions. Why?
They left out, yeah.
Why is he in the wall? How did
Mhm.
he get in the wall? And I want to know when they put the camera in there, you know, what was the first thing they saw on the camera? They're like, it looks like a wiener in the wall.
You hear a guy yelp.
Yeah.
Goes
Yeah.
like a colonoscopy.
Yeah.
Can't you use a flare camera though? Like a heat seek, like you do to find leaks in your wall, like heat?
I guess so. Yeah.
I guess maybe because the clay tile. I don't know.
Weird.
And if he's banging, if he's banging for help, why didn't they just go to the spot he was banging?
You know, okay, being in the wall is weird. I can see, you know, hey, okay, there's whatever. I'm hearing rats in the wall or squirrels. I'm gonna go in there and figure it out. Why is he in the wall naked? That adds a whole nother level to the story. It's like, why is he in the wall? And
Maybe he
where the hell are
soiled
his
himself.
clothes? Yeah, maybe so. Maybe he got hot and decided, you know, drugs are bad. I don't know. I don't know why you would be in the wall naked.
Well, maybe he took a crap or something and had to take his clothes off or had to use his clothes for stuff. 3 days.
I'm betting he probably crawled in the wall and there was probably a peephole somewhere and he was being a, pervert peeping Tom, like looking in, his next door neighbor's bathroom or something. And then he got stuck.
But were there clothes in the wall after? Did he enter the wall naked? Uh-oh, Rob. Uh-oh. I don't know if this is still live.
It should be. I don't know what just happened, but it booted me off. I was talking about wieners in the wall, I guess. And
yeah, so did he go in there naked? Or were there clothes in the wall?
Yeah, I'm betting he went in there naked.
Probably.
Some pervious reason. Who knows? Who knows? Drugs these days. He could have been on something and just thought, hey, it's a good idea to get naked and go in the wall. That way the government can't see me. I don't know.
I can't figure people out.
Very speculative. There's a naked man in my wool. Well, here's a weird one. This falls into the kind of legends and lore stories. And this one, oh, it was kind of interesting. The some people's theory on traditional fairies that they kidnap children and drink human blood. I never heard this story until today. Forget Tinkerbell, the fairies of folklore in centuries past were nothing like those in today's stories. When most people think about fairies, they perhaps picture the sparkling Tinkerbell from Peter Pan or the other heartwarming and cute fairies and fairy godmothers that populate many Disney movies and children's cartoons. But these creatures have much darker origins and were once thought to be more like undead, blood-sucking vampires. In The Secret of Commonwealth of Elves, Fauns and Fairies, 1682, folklorist Robert Kirk argued that fairies are the dead or of middle nature betwixt man and angels. The association is partly prominent in Celtic lore. Writing in 1887, Lady Jane Wilde popularized the Irish belief that fairies are fallen angels who were cast down by the Lord God of heaven for their sinful pride, and the devil gives these knowledge and power and sends them to earth where they work much evil. I don't know if I'm going to believe all this, but hey, it's that's why it falls into the legends and lore folklore. At first sight, the current internet idea of fairyland seems as far away from the shadowy realms of the dead, and yet there are many resemblances between them. Despite the wands and glitter, fairies have dark history and surprisingly gothic credentials. So why do we lose our fear of fairies, and how did they come to be associated with childhood? When J.M. Barrie's Peter Pan debuted in the early 1900s, it was widely believed in society at the time that fairies were inhabited a shadowy spirit world, fascinated by angels, ghosts, vampires. Victorians increasingly saw fairies as the souls of the dead. Rather than dispelling fairies, the First World War and the loss of many loved ones heightened a belief in airy spirits and occult methods of communicating with them. However, due to Peter Pan's great success and prominent pixie character Tinkerbell, the creatures would eventually lose their malevolence as they became confined to the nursery. I don't know, it goes on a little bit, talks a little bit more about it, but I didn't know this. I'd never seen this story about fairies being kidnapping kids and drinking their blood. But hey, who knows?
It's kind of like that adrenochrome.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Fairies wear boots, exactly. That's what I knew of it, you know.
These boots. All right, so this man, Einstein, Colorado man sets mom's home ablaze while trying to clear cobwebs with a blowtorch.
Hey, you know, because that's what I would suggest using. For, you know.
Have you ever even lit a spider web with, like how quick that? So a Colorado man was arrested this week for setting his mom's house on fire after using a blowtorch to clear cobwebs. John Charles Streckenbach, 39, was arrested on suspicion of first-degree arson, criminal mischief causing $20,000 to $100,000 in damages, possession of a controlled substance.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Ding,
And
ding.
ding, 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 and violation of a protection order. Did you see that mugshot?
Yeah, I was going to say that picture tells a whole different story there.
Look at the eyes. I think we
I do it all.
Fire authorities responded to a fire at a home in the 8800 block of Vermilion Road north of Longmont just before 4:30 p.m. on Monday. Fire personnel, upon arriving, could see smoke coming from the roof of the single-story, single-family residence, the Boulder County Sheriff's Office said in a press release. Investigators say the man acknowledged using a blowtorch to clear cobwebs in the crawl space under the home, and he tried to put the fire out for an hour by himself before calling emergency crews. Bullshit. The crawl space, he just lied, and he probably used cobwebs to start the fire. I was trying to clear cobwebs, my ass. The fire was extinguished around 5:30 p.m. No one was injured in the fire, but it caused around $100,000 in damages. According to an affidavit, the man had a court order barring him from being within 100 feet of the home and being around his mother, who lived in the house. His mother told investigators that she had been allowing him to stay at the home recently because he is homeless. Authorities say the man was also in possession of a small bag of... What's your guess?
Meth.
Ding, ding, ding.
Just saying.
It was not immediately clear. Streckenbach had retained an attorney who could speak on his behalf. So, yes. Mom didn't want him there. See, this is why, these poor moms feel sorry for that, because he's homeless.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he was clearing. I mean, he could have been so whacked out. I don't know. I don't know the brain. I try to figure these people out.
Yeah, it could be bath salts too. Yeah, that was my first thing when I looked at the picture. I was like, damn, he looks like a werewolf.
I thought Sasquatch. I was gonna say, whoa, they found Sasquatch.
Yeah.
But his eyes look scary. Like he looks like he wants to suck the brain out of the nose holes of the officer standing to his right. Like,
Yeah.
Look at him. Like, if you were close enough, I would suck your brain through your ear hole.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with people like this.
Poor mom.
Yeah, really. Definitely homeless now. Him and mom.
No, he's in jail.
Did he burn the house down?
100,000 damage. I don't know what the value of the home was, but he's got free room and board now.
And just his mom's screwed now.
Yeah, his mom's screwed.
Thanks for burning the house down, dickhead.
Clearing the cobwebs with a blowtorch. Oh, you know what? He was probably down there smoking meth with a blowtorch.
Yeah, that's more like it. At least he wasn't found naked in the wall with the blowtorch.
Or trying to make pipes with the blowtorch.
Wow. Well, what else you got?
I'm saying hello to Debbie.
Yep.
Okay.
I think he needs some mental evaluation.
So this isn't that exciting, but this woman's review for leggings, this video went viral. She rolled down a hill in these purple leggings and decided to put them up there. She said she slipped, she fell down the hill, and she didn't even get one rip. So now people are doing their own reviews wearing the leggings, a bunch of sheep, rolling down hills like jackasses and proving that these leggings do not rip. And then we've got a mysterious red web. Now, I want to know what y'all think this red web is. My first thought was, like, if you're up in the Green Triangle up north here, and you see things like, there's tripwires, there could be a stake with an animal's head on it, things like that. You go the other way, those are signs that there's a grow farm. So my first thought was maybe this is a grow farm. Or, whatever else. But this mysterious red web entangled in trees discovered in woodland, leaving locals baffled. Some people believe the red web found in Northamptonshire is twine wrapped around the trees. I mean, can't they like look and see if it's twine or
I
not?
mean, you look at it and you
It should be easy to tell.
exactly.
Is this part of a tree or did somebody do it?
I mean, that's my first thing. Is it looks like twine or something? Somebody just strung it up.
Yeah, like fish, like fly fishing line all wrapped around. Others are saying it should be removed. It's a danger to wildlife. A mysterious red web has been discovered in woodland, which has bewildered locals and sparked several theories. A member of Northamptonshire Walks, a rambling group on Facebook set up by these two people, found the strange contraption while walking along the Brampton Valley Way in Northamptonshire. After discovering the web of red, she took to social media to ask locals what it could be. The confused walker called Elle. I don't know what they are, but there's several theories. It looks like red twine wrapped around the trees, and there were silver baubles hanging on the trees too. There have been plenty of theories, some saying it was a tree or shrub. Some say it's dangerous for wildlife. There's plenty of theories saying it could be mutant spiders to alien invasions, but locals are baffled. Nicholas said last year there were Christmas decorations near there, so maybe it's got something to do with that. Another dude says he, don't know what it is. So, anyways, this is how our society is becoming. This is what is baffling people.
I mean, it's weird. I would be walking out in the woods and I would look at it and go, well, that's weird. And, I would go and check it out. First, I would make sure there's not a giant spider.
Well, first, I'd make sure I'm not walking in somebody's grow farm. And then it takes 2 seconds to look at a piece of it and see if it's natural or unnatural.
Yeah. I mean, it's a kind of a no,
I mean, if she says it looks like
No-brainer.
twine, well, there you go. And silver baubles?
Yeah. Christmas ornaments.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But this confuses people.
Yeah. Well,
People, I feel like, are getting dumber by the day.
no, they are. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's proven. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of there's like Christmas ornaments on there.
I mean, baffled. These
right
people
here.
are baffled. Okay.
Well, somebody's got more time on their hands than I do.
For people who are, loving McDonald's, they are unveiling their Christmas menu featuring a crispy chicken burger. So McDonald's is going to have the festive crispy chicken, which is a breast fillet in a crispy coating with cranberry sauce.
Ugh.
Or there's some sort of a McFlurry here. And then the other burger is 2 British and Irish beef patties. Why? So, to go along with your pumpkin spice and all that other stuff in the holidays, and go to McDonald's and get.
Speaking of that, I am drinking ice brew coffee, and it's pumpkin. I grabbed pumpkin instead of regular, and it's pretty nasty, but I've almost finished the bottle. So, yep, I was telling Jamie, white kid ghetto, skip the glass, just drink it out of the jug.
The spices in like pumpkin spice are all spices that keep away negativity. And then the last thing that's nothing really interesting, but they're now banning Elf on a Shelf in Georgia.
Yeah, I didn't read this one. I was wondering exactly why. So maybe you can tell us.
So, Cobb County Superior Court judge tweeted the text of an executive order banishing Elf on a Shelf, a small elf. You guys all know what that is. Due to it posing a risk to the emotional health and well-being of Cobb's young children. Inexplicably, elves sometimes move and don't move overnight. When these elves do not move, it leaves our children in tender years in states of extreme emotional distress, Leonard wrote. These bred children that now can't deal with an elf not moving. The Elf on the Shelf sprang out in
Freaking me out, man.
2005. Children's book. Leonard tweeted that his order was a gift to tired parents. He explained that families who love their elves can feel free to keep them. So yeah, your children can be emotionally traumatized if they're up all night anticipating where the elf is going to be. And most of the time, it's a toy for mom and dad to make, naughty Elf on the Shelf TikToks.
Yeah.
That's what the elves are up doing all night. But it's getting ridiculous with the everything is offensive. Everything is nobody can handle shit anymore. Everybody needs to be on Xanax and a laundry list of other shit.
Yeah.
Because nobody can handle life anymore.
Exactly. You can't have anything anymore.
That's my soapbox rant for the day.
And a darn good one. Yeah. What's the world coming to?
And those are headlines. These are headlines.
I'm afraid to find out what the world's coming to these days. I want to know, but at the same time, it scares the hell out of me. Exactly, Debbie. That's exactly it. You got schools, telling kids that in the yearbook that they were not dressed properly, and you got all these morals and these issues and that, and then a song like WAP becomes #1 song of the year.
We had 2 Live Crew. Oh yeah, but that was not. Yeah, that won some awards.
Yeah, 2 Live Crew got pretty raunchy back in the day.
As nasty as they want to be.
But yeah, ban the one Christmas song, but make WAP the #1 song.
Oh yeah, baby, it's cold.
Yep. Didn't our TikTok of that, didn't the audio get taken down or something?
Yeah.
Can't remember. Yeah, probably so. It was douche canoes.
And that was fun.
Yep. You never heard of the WAP song, Zariana? Well, if you dare, go to YouTube and look it up and listen to them lyrics. And tell me if you think it deserves to be a #1 hit song across the Americas.
And they do make kids songs in this same tone.
Yep.
Kids actually are doing the WAP.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, Debbie, you didn't know that? That song got banned like a year or 2 ago because it was deemed inappropriate.
Which one?
Baby, it's cold outside.
Mm-hmm.
It was sexually offensive.
I think it was like because the man was forcing the woman to stay, but she wanted to go.
Yeah, but baby, it's cold outside. But then
like he's coaxing her.
Yeah. But then you got the WAP song, WAP.
That's only for people who are reaching for stuff. And if everybody's reaching, then yeah, you're going to make something out of anything if you really reach far enough.
Yep. Yeah. Cartoons are banned. All kinds of stuff's banned nowadays. Weird. Crazy.
Canceled.
Exactly.
There, I put the WAP in the comments there. Oh, you love that song?
Which one?
D loves that one. And Debbie says, don't do it, Zariana.
I'll just say it's wet ass, and the other word that starts with a P. You could probably figure it
Meow.
out. Yeah, right, exactly. Out their damn minds, that's for sure, Debbie.
Then they throw themselves on the ground, throw a leg up, and start dry humping the ground as hard as they can.
Yeah, man. Wow. Next thing you know, you're naked in a wall.
Next thing you know,
Goes.
you're blowing out, cobwebs with a blowtorch, naked in a wall.
Yep. Damn, y'all people done lost your mind. Lost your mind. So you want me to do my little video, or you want to go with astrology? A man sang WAP at the karaoke. Damn, I bet that was a sight.
Have you heard that there's one where she does it all classy, like in a speaking kind of tone? There's like one on TikTok that's kind of funny where they're like speaking the lyrics. You go ahead with yours and then I'll do the hokey pokey.
Yeah.
The hokey pokey's after the WAP.
Yeah, exactly. There's some pokey going on somewhere in there. Yeah, St. Augustine's still a soggy mess. It dried up, but then the high tide came in and downtown was flooded again. And all the people that have moved here, they're all, oh man, what are we going to do? It's getting worse and worse. Yeah, it's the same old flooding that's been happening ever since I was born. Ever since I can be the age to remember, St. Augustine has always flooded in the same places all the time. Every time we get a major northeaster with huge high tides, it floods here. It's a fact of life. Happens all the time. Nothing new. It's not gotten any worse. You can look up, there's a picture one of my friends looked up from like the 1900s, early 1900s. And somebody's going down one of the streets in a boat. And guess what? It's the same area that floods today. And they can't fix it because our infrastructure here, there's no more room to build any more roads or widen them or make them any taller or do anything about it because they cram so much shit in St. Augustine. There's no room to expand. So it's just going to flood. I don't know what to say to people here other than make sure you have a canoe.
Yeah, and a generator.
Yeah, it's going to flood. I'm trying to figure out what to do with my yard. I have the lowest lot on my whole street, and all the other houses that were built after mine were built up on high. They brought in more dirt because they looked at my property and were like, oh, that shit floods. We want it higher. So yeah, now I have the lowest lot on the whole street. And when it rains really hard, like it did this past week, my yard floods. I had to put boots on to get in my car the other day. I went to go to a gig and I was like, nope, you turn, come back in, put my fishing boots on.
You need like waders, man.
Yeah, seriously. I had to put my fishing boots on to get out in my damn car because it was like my driveway was like a foot underwater.
You've had pictures of guys, remember with the surfboard? They were like moving some stuff down your street from one house to the other,
Yep.
like pushing it on a surfboard.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so you can, if you want to do your full one, then I can do the astrology after, and then maybe we could do some ghost box. Wait, you said your story though has a ending, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. This one this is from 1958. So it's an old one again out of one of David Pilates' books, Missing 411. This is the North American and Beyond book. It's got several of them. If you like reading stories about missing people, he's got a bunch of cases of missing people. I mean, he's got several books and they're all different. And I mean, you can see how thick this one is. And it's all stories of missing people. It's amazing how many people go missing. Some are found, some aren't found. Here's the story. of this one. It's a short one. It's only about 6 minutes. On with another case of missing 411 people. From David Pilata's book, The North American and Beyond version. This is about Judy Peterson. She went missing 4/25 of 1958, around 8:30 p.m. in Rockledge, Florida. At the age of 3 years old, Mr. and Miss Peterson owned a home on the edge of a giant swamp, now called the River Lakes Conservation Area, in a rural region of Rockledge, just southwest of Cape Canaveral, Florida. Mr. Peterson was an engineer at the Missile Center at the Cape. The area around Judy's home was extremely wild, with hundreds, maybe thousands of small ponds, bogs, and swamps. The Petersons' home was approximately 50 miles southeast of Orlando, Florida. On April 25th, 1958, Judy was supposedly playing in the backyard of her home when her mom realized she couldn't locate her. The mother called for the girl, searched the area, and then called Mr. Peterson and the neighbors for assistance. Not long after the neighbors became involved, the sheriff was notified. The sheriff called for all available deputies to respond and assist in the search for Judy. The entire area near her home was nothing but hundreds of people calling her name and looking for the girl. The consensus of law enforcement was that Judy was in the swamp somewhere. Canines were brought in to the scene, but didn't appear to pick up any scent whatsoever. Sanford Naval Air Station responded with a helicopter to light the ground with spotlights. Patrick Air Force Base sent ground troops and 3 airplanes, and the National Guard sent troops. By midnight, there were over 1,000 searchers combing the area looking for Judy. Just after midnight, the sheriff formed a long single line of searchers that would start from the Peterson home and walk directly out through the swamp, ensuring they would not miss the girl by any chance. This line of people consisted of over 800 searchers. After walking almost a mile into the swamp and then back, searchers had found nothing and heard nothing. At approximately 4 a.m., heavy fog moved into the area, and all the operations stopped. At 8:30 a.m., the fog started to lift, and the helicopters went back into the air. Almost immediately, helicopter pilot commander Lawrence L. Hamrick from Sanford Naval Air Station spotted Judy 600 yards into the swamp behind her home. Hamrick radioed searchers, and the airman P. and Thomas walked into the swamp and found Judy. The airman described Judy as barefoot and wearing only a pink sunsuit. On April 27th, article in the Fort Pierce News Tribune had the following about the airman's find. Airman P. and Thomas said he walked up on Judy. She just stood there and looked at me and whimpered a little. On April 26th, the article in Statesville Record and Landmark had the following about what Judy said after being found. Judy was silent in the midst of the hubbub, and it was not certain whether she had been walking all night or had stayed in one place. In my Missing 411 books, I've explained how missing children are often found in the area that they have been previously searched for. Later in the same News Tribune article that was quoted earlier was following statement from searchers where Judy was found. A human chain had walked through this area in which Judy had wandered sometime during the night, and officers expressed their amazement over the fact that someone had not sighted her. They were so close together, said Lieutenant Colonel T.L. Morris of Patrick Air Force Base. Somebody must have walked within 3 or 4 feet of her at the very least, without seeing her. Other articles stated that Judy seemed very unhappy and wouldn't smile, and she pretty much refused to say anything. The summary, utilizing Google Maps and plot each of the Florida disappearances, you'll start to find that Orlando seems to be the center point for the majority of these cases. The cluster of missing represents a continuum of clusters already identified throughout the United States, and the location, swamps, is consistent with the location of missing people in the southern United States. We all know how a certain person had disappeared in a swamp and supposedly had not been found. In Judy's case, over the 1,000 searchers that walked directly west of the Peterson home in a very methodical path to find the child in the swamp, the colonel was under belief that the mass of searchers had come within at least 3 feet of her during the night. Remember, searchers were continually yelling her name and making significant noise as they fought their way through the swamp. It doesn't seem logical that Judy could have slept through this type of commotion so close to her location. Other implications was that she wasn't in this location when the searchers plotted their way through. Searchers did say that she had scratches over her entire body. It seems quite coincidental that searchers walk hand in hand through a swamp about a mile and did not find the girl. Later that night, fog moves into the area, restricts air traffic, and then once the fog clears, the girl is found exactly in the area previously searched and where the fog was located. If Judy wasn't at the location where she was eventually found, where the heck was she? Did the fog that entered the swamp play some kind of role in her recovery? Who knows? It's another one of the strange missing tales of missing 411 people. Luckily, Judy was found. But yeah, like I say, luckily she was found. But it's just weird that, you know, somebody can go missing. I mean, what, you know, I did weird stuff when I was a little kid. You know, I'd wander off, but I mean, at 3 or 4 years old, I wouldn't have just wandered off, you know, when it's almost getting dark. I wouldn't have just wandered off into the swamp. I mean, those were just kind of random pictures there, but it's Florida here. I mean, it's Florida. It's a swamp. The whole state is either made of sandbars or swamps or pine forests. And in any of those, there's rattlesnakes, there's alligators, there's wild pigs, there's all kinds of animals that can hurt or kill you or eat you. Snakes, I mean, all kinds of stuff, you know. So, I mean, how can a little girl just have the gumption to just go, screw it, I'm tired of sitting here playing jump rope, I'm just going to go wander off in the swamp? And then, I mean, back then, you know, nowadays you'd be lucky if you got a couple hundred people looking for her. Back then, I mean, it said over 1,000 people were searching for her, and 800 people, you know, damn near hand in hand walking in the swamp looking for her, never to be found. And then the next morning, there she is, right where they searched. Was she there the whole time, hiding, or did something else like pick her up, take her somewhere, and then put her there? I don't know. I don't know the answer to it. It's just all these stories like baffle the hell out of me.
And kids like that live in places like that, you know, also there's that factor of just like growing up around things and knowing better, because you hear certain stuff enough that, you know, the girl would probably know not to go wander out to the swamp at night. Yeah,
like that post right there, you know, paranormal explanation, fairies lured her into the swamp but didn't hurt her. Maybe, you know, yeah, I mean, I could see something luring a kid into the swamp more than a kid just out in the backyard playing and just go, oh, I'm just going to wander off into the swamp, you know? I mean, you know, is it like,
yeah,
it's like Pennywise hanging out with a balloon? Hey kid, want a balloon? I mean,
or like something shifting, like pretending to be a child.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not.
Or making a crying sound or something, make her go look.
Yeah, I mean, kids do some weird stuff, but I don't think they're just going to wander off into a swamp at night. You know, I mean, that's just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, could it happen? Sure, I guess it could, but you know, I don't think willingly, you know, unless something lured her into the swamp, you know, or something, you know, maybe the swamp ape came out and grabbed her up and, you know, took her and then decided to let her go and bring her back in the morning. I don't know, you know, and then she's 3 years old. She's, you know, old enough to converse somewhat. And they said she didn't have anything to say and seemed unhappy about, you know, was she just in the backyard and was like, I'm going to end it all and just walk off into the swamp. I don't know. None of that makes sense to me. It's just weird, but luckily she was found. I wonder, you know, I don't know how old she'd be. That was 1958 and she was 3. So do the math. She's up there in age now, but she's probably still kicking. I wonder, it'd be cool to talk to her now and say, hey, what the hell was the swamp disappearance about? You know?
Yeah, like what was all that about?
What was that? What can you explain it? I don't know. Maybe she's still alive. Maybe she's not. Maybe she disappeared again. Who knows? But yeah, Florida, especially back in the 60s and 70s. I mean, it was even my city here. I mean, where I used to live out on 13 out on the river, St. John's River, I'd go out there as a kid and it was like no man's land out there. I mean, it was just woods and creeks and shitloads of alligators and snakes and just like, I mean, it was like full on Daniel Boone country.
John says when he was out there in 75, there was nothing but he went through Orlando in 75. There's nothing there but a 2-lane road, a gas station, and a cop with a really bad attitude.
Yep. Walt Disney World was there. It's like 1971 when they opened. I was there for opening day with my aunt and uncle. Haunted house scared the hell out of me.
Oh, did it? You lived in a haunted house.
I know, but it was something about that one. I mean, it scared me, but once I got done with it, I wanted to go back in.
Well, of course.
But yeah, it did kind of freak me out. Last time I was there, it was with my goddaughter, and she was really young, and everybody else went in the Tower of Terror, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna hang out here with the baby stroller, Mr. Mom. I'm like, I ain't going up in that damn thing. Hell no.
I got pictures in that. You know what creeped me out? I was there in the 90s, and you know the AT&T thing that like you go through and it's like all futuristic and robotic, and all the monitors like are like saying these futuristic things as you walk. Well, how like everything happening now, I think back to that AT&T exhibit or whatever that was.
Yep.
It's like, here we are. It's like the voices, like when I hear it like in the grocery store. And
Yeah.
I didn't like care for Disney World as much. Maybe it's because I'm more used to it, but I like Disneyland better.
Yeah. I've never been to the Disneyland.
I haven't been to it since they added like 80 parts to it.
Yeah. I had season tickets. We used to just go down there, season tickets, whatever the hell they're called. Yearly pass. I don't know what it's called. It was cool. You know, we just like cruise down there and just any random day. And it was cool because I could go in the park. I could go in whatever park I wanted to go in. Wanted to go watch the fireworks at Epcot, you know, and then go to downtown Disney and pay for an overpriced dinner and then come home. It was cool. But yeah, without those season tickets, man, it costs you a fortune to do that now.
Oh, yeah. All right. So we didn't talk about November because last week, I don't know, I didn't have time. I didn't get it done in time. What are we on today? So tomorrow is the 11/11 portal that's opening, and nothing else happening in the next week as far as that's concerned. Tonight's moon phase, we're at a waxing crescent, and the moon sign is in Aquarius. Full moon is in 8 days, and the first quarter is in 14 hours. For today, the 10th, the main event, moon in Aquarius, Mercury is aligning with Mars. And what you can expect are conversations to flow and ideas to come quickly today, but you might feel impulsive. And what you should do, which now is the end of the day, but start the day with physical exercise to release frustration or built up energy. And what not to do, try not to make reckless decisions today. Take a moment to think things through. So I hope today nobody made any rash, quick decisions. The energy update, the cosmic vibes are tense at the start of this week, courtesy of Mars Saturn square and Mercury Uranus opposition. Nothing will really be able to throw you off your game if you're prepared. On Thursday, the 1111 portal flies wide open as one of the most powerful manifesting days of the century. The rare 1111 code will open a portal of potent power, supercharging your ability to manifest anything that you want. So definitely, if there's anything you want to manifest, do it now.
Not for time to go faster.
Yeah. So today's the 10th, Aquarius. They're recommending to rule with your head, not your impulses, like we were just saying. For tomorrow, it's in Aquarius. Take action. Progress is yours. And the rest of the little week things I have in the slideshow that's on my profile if you want to see like your specific little zodiac or what's going on. So 1111 unlocks your personal manifesting portal. Right now, your manifestation power is at an all-time high as we approach November 11th. A direct gateway is opening between divine guidance, ungrounded materialization, the spirit realm, which is the spirit realm and the physical realm. The energy of this year's 1111 portal will be especially potent and transformational. 1111 is a power day. In numerology, I have all my voice to text typos on here. In numerology, 11 is a master number. It contains the pioneering ignition spark of the number 1 and the sensitive psychic gifts of the number 2. In combination, 11 is the number of supernatural intuition and spiritual connection. Rapid manifestation holds the vibration of ascension and grounded materialization. This had something to do. Oh, yeah. On November 19th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in earthy Taurus. My sign. One of the master manifestors of the zodiac. And 5 ways you can prepare for the 1111 portal. 1 is to let it go, release the old you, dream big, stop negative self-talk and don't settle, trust your intuition and let it lead you, deeply nourish your body, mind, and soul, the 333. This will make the big energetic shifts easier to accept. And then know your achievement number. If you happen to know your life path number, you can, follow that and it can help. So I'll have that posted on my profile and I kind of put it in the links of the show in case anybody's interested.
Groovy, groovy. Yeah, when you were talking about your voice to text errors today, when I was texting you, I was driving, I was heading to my music gig thing, and I was just talking, talk to text, and I'm talking, and I look down, and it's registering my voice, but it's not filling in the words. It's
Either was mine.
it's just listening, but it's not doing anything until I'm like, you fucking blah, 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 and start, yelling, cussing at it. Oh, it picked up all that,
I thought I had to update because I'm like, it would start working, then it would just stop, or it lets you talk, and once you like do a period, it stops picking it up.
Yeah. I'm like, this is a freaking $1,000 phone. Why can't it just work? And why can't it just do what it's supposed to do?
When's the last time you updated it?
I don't know, just recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I heard things were going to stop working to force us into some certain update. Because, like, my camera, it doesn't work right no more. It says, oh, there was an error when trying to convert to a higher quality picture.
Yeah.
So it won't load into anything unless I screenshot it, crop it, and then fix the sharp and all that. It's like, this is bullshit.
Yep. You pay that much money for a phone and it's like obsolete within a year. Redonkulous.
Badonkadonk.
See if I can get my ghosty box to work. Oh, I know what ain't working. Missing some cables.
I think he does on his phone.
What's that?
You got 5G on your phone, yeah?
Yep. Probably why I get headaches again. All right. Nap. And like Lori said, the dead wave app. That's what this is. I usually go with the Spiritus, but I figured throw the dead wave on this. Said nap. I took a nap today, kind of unwillingly took a nap. a couple of capsules today of holy sage, and it's supposed to like relieve like anxiety and stuff. That shit knocked my ass out. I had no anxiety because I was asleep. Sam gave them to me. She's like, "Here, try a couple of these. They help with my anxiety, and they're natural." I'm like, all right, yeah. I popped a couple. By the time I got home, I was ready for a little nappy poo. So, Spirit, do you have anything to tell us today? Yeah, I did hear Philip earlier, as usual. Is that it again? Who's here with us? Can you tell us your name?
Oh,
I was born on the 13th too, but it wasn't a Friday.
Yep.
Is there any messages for Heather? Got like really quiet. Was Ariana saying hey to the spirits? You tell her hello.
what was that? Was that hello?
Kind of sounded like it. Must what? Lori's saying hello. Do you have any messages for Lori spirits?
I should put Spiritus on. I haven't been able to get those other ones. Anthony has like SCD. 3 or whatever. They're like $10, but I haven't been able to get those yet.
I have pretty much all of his, but when I updated to a new laptop, he only sent me codes for like 3 or 4 of them.
Mm. I gotta start trying to sell jewelry again or something because I gotta get my truck fixed.
Zariana wants all her loved ones to know. She said, hey.
I heard fucking bullshit. Did you change something right there? Or did it just start picking up?
Yeah, it just started. It's weird. It's like getting real quiet, and then all of a sudden it kind of has a burst.
I know it's like all hiccupy too. We're not getting full words.
Yeah. Oh, now it's just totally freaking out on me.
Should put spiritus.
It's just like my whole mixing board and everything just quit working, and it's coming out of my phone, even though it's
I
all
can
plugged in.
hear it quiet.
Yeah, it's just like it's not coming through the audio system anymore. Weird. I don't know what's happening there. Let's see if this other one works. The old standby. It works every time. Did it just say porn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's my trusty ghost box.
Like we see your browser history.
Yeah, really.
Self one. You see what was Zach seen at Walmart?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Called cake. I'm
Yep.
like, why does it say cake? I look it up. It has all sorts of products.
Yep.
And then you look, Walmart has even more than that.
Yeah, I was in Walmart here yesterday. I had to go see if they had them here too.
Preloads.
All
Video.
I saw were them pants with the P marks on it.
Yeah, I looked for those. They didn't have those. It looked like the spirits were coming all over those pants.
Can you guys tell me what color I'm going to blow out?
So, Queen, the 3.
Sound like it almost said it.
Do you know what color that was? Can you see my smoke? Pink.
I thought it just said something pink.
I thought I heard pink.
And I thought I heard purple.
Funny. Must
Do you like the pink and purple?
Cutting
Can my lady come in and talk through Rob's box somehow? You come in
What?
Making sure there's research system.
and say something on Rob's box
Awesome.
that you see and hear.
And the
It's a game.
Till. Wait. You want?
Or what if I hold something up and then you can say it on Rob's box?
if we just take,
Do you know what's in my hands?
I'm just taking, yeah, and don't worry.
Ow.
Frizz out. I'll get some.
No?
Watch.
Mm-hmm. 7, 7. And you're gonna go.
I have a friend, Rizzo.
I'm just gonna.
What? Paired.
I'm just gonna pretty much even. I'm pretty.
Good.
5, 6.
It's weird. 5, 6, and
Giving me.
everybody just heard 7.
Oh, yeah. Watching elk? I see. Oh, Ulrich heard a secret path watching an elk. Were you guys watching Rob at the elk club? Yep. What was he doing?
Wait.
Did she say played? Or am I reaching?
I think that's what it said.
Yep.
Do you like watching Rob play?
Wait.
Yeah? Do you like the music? What's your favorite music?
I played a little bit of everything tonight.
You want to final thing?
Music.
Did I hear music?
Yes, you did.
About.
What's your favorite music?
The Smith.
The Smiths.
Just.
Just so you don't get.
Do you like to watch him practice?
Right. It's tremendous.
Here.
Do you know what instrument he plays?
Oh yeah. So.
Is it all of them?
Not a single.
A bass?
Yeah.
Looks like a guitar.
Come on.
I just hooked up a wireless system on my bass tonight. Now I'm cord free and I can walk all over the place and play. Pretty awesome.
I always believe they groove out with us. I've seen so much evidence of that. Even like people who aren't paranormal, but like strippers who practice on the pole in their room and record themselves to watch back. There was one story that stood out. And so she would go to watch herself back, and there was like one of those long kind of orbs that almost looked like a floating web, like that weird energy
Yeah.
that was legit when you see those. It's not round, it's like this weird, like flowing thing. Well, as she's dancing, the thing was all of a sudden showed up next to her, like doing this whole thing, like around the pole. And when she'd stop, it would stop. And then she noticed it, so she set her camera up again. There was nothing there. As soon as she starts dancing, the music comes on. This thing comes back and starts like dancing with her.
Wow.
And I just totally think that spirits still enjoy
Yeah.
the energy and the music and the entertainment
Yeah.
and the vibe.
It was weird because I kind of got that vibe tonight as I was at the Elks Club playing. You know, I'm looking at all these pictures on the wall of Elks members from way, way back, you know, and the music that we were playing like everything from new music to like some really old, like, you know, kind of classic old country songs and stuff. And it was an open mic night, so it was just kind of a free for all. But yeah, I totally got that vibe tonight. Like there was a bunch of us just sitting around playing music, and it felt like, I mean, I didn't say anything because everybody would have thought, well, this guy's long-haired weird guy's crazy, but it felt like there was spirits sitting around, like, you know, listening or playing their own brand of music or something. It was weird.
Oh, chat caught a lot.
Yeah.
I gotta go back. We're gonna definitely have to find that part.
Yeah, I think music definitely.
And played. It looks like Debbie heard played also.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Were there spirits at the Elks Club tonight with me?
That was weird.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, did you say 2 after the feedback? Or yeah?
I am playing to
Something playing tonight? I am playing tonight?
Yeah.
You're playing too?
Yeah, if you guys like music and you want to come hang out when I'm playing music, you're welcome to. If you are there just for the music and want to enjoy it or play your own kind of music,
I think she said I went.
were you there? I was freaking out. My door just opened and what the hell? And I looked down. It's my dog.
Was it higher? Or when you're can you close your eyes?
Gonna be playing there again Saturday. It's gonna be a big event for all the first responders and firefighters and everything.
Oh,
It'll be a big party, open to the public.
I love that you're doing that.
G. Leonard. Three. Good. One.
Are you guys going to go watch Rob on Saturday? Do you ride in the car with them?
Sometimes depends.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it depends. Not when he's driving like a crazy person.
It's going to kill us.
Two.
If you don't drive with them, how do you get there?
So what do you like? What do you like riding in? The band van that I have now, or the Soul, which is a better spirit car?
Probably the soul.
6.
But the band van has lots more room.
Completely.
Yep.
My take. Like so
You guys like the Soul better, huh?
seconds.
Is it because I
Nope.
spent all that money getting it fixed?
Or because souls like to drive in souls.
Yep. It's the
Class.
Soul Train
Dave.
with your host, Don Cornelius.
He said Dave. Dave was here. Dave.
Who used to watch Soul Train?
I used to watch Soul Train.
Even
That was fun.
You guys know what color my van is?
like I said,
But do you say your van is beautiful?
it's a little bit and bangs beyond sabers now.
I heard pink, but my van's not pink. Did have a pink sticker on it though. The Soul's gray. Have a gray soul. What color is my van?
Please.
Did you? I think Lori heard gray
Mm-hmm.
before you said it.
A little bit of finger bangs, huh?
I just talked over your next question to them. Finger bang. Bang, bang, finger bang, bang,
No.
bang.
Scared
South
that
Park.
A little further into that.
Remember
Getty.
South Park?
I have like
Their band's called Finger Bang. We're gonna bang, bang.
I appreciate the fire, the fire.
Righteous.
Righteous.
It's just
10.
Salon.
Can you tell what I have in my hand right now?
No.
said no.
So
Sad.
What's Rob holding?
and then
Yeah.
anything.
Say some. What's Rob holding? What'd she say?
I
A
thought,
butt?
thought it said nuts. As you,
Oh yeah, nuts. These nuts.
these nuts is what I'm holding. No, I'm not holding my nuts right now at the moment.
No.
Hand check. Both hands above the keyboard.
Yep. Where's your other hand, Rob?
Put your hands above the keyboard.
One day.
Who gave me this little lamp? Who gave me this illuminated moon?
God.
You. Commence.
It looks so bright.
What?
Too much.
Oh, there you go. It has different
Wait.
colors.
Mhm.
Sure. Is there some?
Eh?
Come on.
It's like
Problems.
It was supposed to be a bigger moon.
But just on that. I'm just gonna pretty much even.
hello.
Does kind of look like an orb, huh?
But
It does.
so in
Might not have anything.
I heard light. Mine isn't. Mine has 3 speeds.
Wonderful.
beautiful.
Not complete. Just thinking about
I sleep every night with this on.
going out for bed.
Sit.
Sit.
Choose.
Whoa. I got some Tums here if you need them.
Or leave.
I have a bunch of my geodes that are still in storage. I realize I have these like badass geode like bookends that I don't have here. I forgot about them.
Uneven.
Yeah, Ulrich wants to know who is the figure seen flying over Glasgow. He saw it. Who was it?
Oh, Val.
My own. That's
I know.
he said really quick with her and
Choose.
Did they say Ulrich?
Problems.
Dark. Dark secret.
think so.
I'm going. Is that? I think.
It's not, right here.
Got it.
Side this. Of yours. You really well. You're doing. Okay.
Yo,
So I'm just
Hey.
call.
Jack.
Let's.
No, Zach was in here tonight.
Your
Yo,
Or something.
I think we're
Did you do that? Okay.
I don't do anything.
Wait, what?
Hey.
don't work.
I'm just gonna pretty much
Yo.
leave it. Okay.
We.
Awesome. Just take and don't worry. I'm just
All right, spirits. Well, it's that time of the night. Or for me, that time of the early AM morning. It's 2 a.m. here, which means it's the end of the show. So thanks for talking with us. It's officially 11:11 here by 2 hours. So happy 11/11, spirits. Thanks for talking to us.
fine.
And we're going to turn the box off in 5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Good night, spirits.
Hugo.
It's weird. I turn it off and it still has something to say.
Hugo.
Hugo. You drive a Hugo.
Hugo.
You go now. I go to my college now.
I'm staying Hugo.
I'm tired. I think I'll go home. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up. We'll be Paranormal Soup will be returning this Sunday with guest Dinah Ray. And that'll be Sunday, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll probably see y'all there. And then we'll be back again next week for more Weird Wednesday. Thanks for hanging out with us. And good night. Have a great rest of the week.